Ladies, gentlemen, welcome back to the shop. Today, we've got some giant slabs of eucalyptus, and we're making a coffee table. Let me show you guys how I made these slabs. Woo! So that wasn't too bad. All you needed was a chainsaw and you were good to go. I was using that electric chainsaw from the Harbor Freight and it did a phenomenal job. Now the next step is to flatten two sides. The way I'm going to do that, I've got an electric hand plane. I'm going to go ahead, set this slab on some horses and get those flat. Alright guys, so this is one that I just finished. That's the bottom. Here's the top. I do have some checking in here. What I'm going to do is make a blue epoxy. It's going to fill all that in. I think it's going to look great for a super simple coffee table. Now let's go ahead. I've got the next slab on the sawhorse. I'm going to show you guys how easily we can flatten these boards. Let's go. Alright, sweet. So now we're going to go ahead, we're going to attack this slab and we're going to get this face flat. So what you want to go ahead and do, find your highest point, which is right here where my finger is. We want to bring that level to your lowest point, which is right here. So highest point, lowest point. So what you want to do, first bring all of this material down. I'm going to be using my electric hand plane to do that, and then we'll go ahead, smooth it all up. And then after, what we've got to do is take slab number 1, cut a straight line in it, take slab number 2, take another straight line. We're going to end up gluing those together, and then we're going to fill in all the stress cracks. So let's go ahead, let's get this bad boy flattened. Sweet, guys, night is upon us. That took a minute. So these aren't perfectly leveled. If you wanted them perfectly level straight out the bat, you could have gone ahead, build yourself a rig with your router, planed them off, but this is perfect for what I'm doing and my coffee table and my project. You see I'm off just a little bit, but I'm going to end up fixing that in the next step. So what I need to go ahead and do now is run a saw line down here, run a saw line here. We'll be able to joint, glue slab A to slab B, and then we're going to go ahead, plane it all true, and flat. And then after we're done planing it true and flat, we'll go ahead and mix up the colored epoxy and fill in all of these wonderful defects. So let's go ahead, let's grab the skill saw, let's get 2 straight lines, let's get this thing jointed and glued up. Woo! Ladies, gentlemen, we did it. So today's another day. We got our slab glued up. There it is. It looks wonderful. The only thing left to do now is finish leveling the top, finish leveling the bottom, and then we'll be able to pour some color into our epoxy system, get these filled up, and we're in business. Guys, we're in the home stretch. Let's go ahead, let's get the rest of this leveled out. Guys, we're level. Woo, that took a minute. Alright, so all I've got left is to cut a straight line down on this end of my board. I've already marked it with my Sharpie, took my straight edge, drew my line. I referenced that line from the top here. It was my straightest line, so I just referenced from the top down to the bottom. I'm going to be able to cut that good and square to the top. And then from there, I'm going to just lightly sand it, and then I'll show you guys what epoxy I'm using. Here we go. Pristine edge. Woo! We've got our slab. We've got it sanded down to 120. I went ahead, I put tape all around this. I'm going to start by filling in the top of the slab, and then tomorrow we'll be able to get the bottom and one of the ends. So why I taped the bottom of this, I don't know how far down some of these cracks go, so I just don't want my expensive epoxy dripping out onto the floor. So that's why I did that. But now we're ready to go ahead. Let me get my epoxy resin system set up, and let's get it dyed, and let's start pouring the epoxy in all these holes. Went over to the West Marina, found a epoxy hardener system that works for me. I'll put the description of this down in the link below. but what I'm going to go ahead and do is for every 1 pump of resin, we're going to do 1 pump of hardener. So let's go ahead, let's get our pumps out. I'm going to do 1. So I'm going to do 4 pumps of the resin. And we'll do 4 pumps of the hardener. And then I've just got some food coloring. I'm going to end up dyeing this epoxy a bluish color, so I'm going to use 12 drops. I want 3 drops for every pump. That'll be 12. Now let's go ahead. I've got my stirring stick. I've given that a good stir. Go ahead and wipe the excess off. And we'll just pour it in our voids. That's really cool. Alright, let me continue mixing this and we'll get the whole table filled out. Woo! Alright, sweet guys. Alright, so the epoxy dried on my slabs. Now what we got to go ahead and do is sand everything smooth and flush. And after we're done sanding, we'll either be able to finish these and put the legs on them, or we add a little more epoxy if we find little holes and divots. So let's go ahead. I've got my angle grinder set up with a piece of sandpaper. We're going to go ahead and get these straightened out. Alright guys, so I've gone ahead, sanded this table down to, I think it was 80 grit with the belt sander, and this is where we're at. That revealed, I had a few more cracks and some bubbling that occurred, so I just went ahead, I mixed up a little more epoxy, and I just backfilled those there. So now I'm just waiting for this to dry in the sun. Should probably take a couple hours. And then once this is good and dry, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take the belt sander, I'm going to work it back down with some 80 grit, get everything nice and smooth, make sure everything is perfect just the way I like it. And then we'll go ahead with the orbital sander, sand it down to, I'm thinking 225, maybe 320. I think I've got 320 paper. And then we'll apply a couple coats of clear Danish oil. So I'll see you guys as soon as I'm done sanding, and I'll show you guys what this looks like with a couple coats of Danish. Guys, gals, we got this thing sanded down to 320. I think it came out really, really nice. The knot I've got here on this corner is beautiful. All the spots that I went and I filled in look amazing. Here I've got a little bit of an issue. I had some bubble up, but I think it adds a little character to the piece. I'm not too worried about that. But this looks like a beautifully book-matched slab coffee table. It looks awesome, guys. So the legs that I've chosen, these are, I guess, 3-prong, half-inch steel legs that I bought on Amazon. They were like 40 bucks. I'll put a link down below. But let me go ahead. Let's get this thing flipped over, let's get our legs attached with 3 screws apiece, and then we'll be able to put some finish on it. So let me go ahead, get this flipped over. Guys, so this is the underneath of the table. These legs are pretty easy to install. I'm just going to use my square for reference from the bottom line, just like that. And then I'm going to just evenly place them along the outside edge of my table, just like that. It can't get any easier with these legs. So with that, I'm using 1 1/4" screws for this top. If your top at home is a different thickness, make sure your screws don't go all the way through it. You'd hate to ruin your work. So I'm just going to install them with 3 screws. I'll get back to you as soon as I get all my legs installed. And I'm going to put a coat of natural Danish oil on it. So let me grab that rag. I'm going to show you guys what these guys look like with a little bit of finish on them. And I think we ended up saving that log and turning him into something beautiful. I think these are awesome. I'm going to be giving these to my parents. They're going in their living room. We just got them a new couch, so I think this would be a fantastic addition for them. Alright, ladies, gentlemen, we're in the home stretch. Here we go. Got ourselves a little natural Danish oil. Let's shine up our tables. Woo! These are the finishes that I like the best. Just the ones that go on easily. 1, 2, 3. I've used this Danish oil before on a few other projects, and I've always loved the way these projects have turned out. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to provide a link to where I picked up this Danish oil for you guys at home, but let me go ahead. We'll get the rest of these tables finished out, baby. Woo! I'm excited. We're done. So I just got 1 coat of Danish oil here on my eucalyptus tops. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to wait probably a few hours. I'm going to put a 2nd coat on, wait a few hours, and I'll probably put a 3rd. Then I'll wait about 10 hours before I bring these back into the house. But all in all, these tables turned out wonderfully. Guys, if you're ever driving around, you see a giant log that somebody's just chucked out for firewood, do me a favor, go home, take it home, take that electric chainsaw, slab it up, make yourself some beautiful tables. I didn't think these pieces were going to be saved, but that epoxy, let me tell you, it works wonders. Guys, gals, if you got any questions, go ahead, leave them in the comment section. Till then, be sure, hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching.